Okay, so here's another video of Battle Cats. I'm going to show you the moon level, and I tried to record it earlier, but the music was a little too loud to hear my voice, so I guess I'll just leave up both videos. I made it past the moon. That was my first attempt, but I'll show you what it looks like in case you're trying to figure out what it's going to look like for yourself when you battle it. Here we go. This is the moon level of Battle Cats, which is a very addicting, stupid game that I have suddenly become obsessed with. We've been playing for like, I don't know, 2 weeks, a week. It's slow to get started on it. Like at first you're like, this is ridiculous, why am I playing this? But after a while, you start building up your cats and upgrading them and moving on and conquering different countries, and look at me now, I'm on the moon. So I usually try and put down like a meat shield, which I call it, which basically is just a lot of cat meat to keep them away from my tower before I put down some of the big guns. And while I level up this XP worker cat on the bottom left corner, you got to get that up to level 8 as soon as possible, because that is really where you start making most of your money from. It'll go faster and faster, and it'll make your cats work harder as the level goes on. So here we go. That giant head looks like Richard Pryor or Michael Jordan, and he's sleeping for a lot of the level, but once he really does get what is that? I guess I leveled that thing up. I've never seen it look like an emu before. Okay, I guess I leveled that up. I don't even remember what it was. That's pretty cool. You gotta make sure that you have some big cats, like that Titan one. That Titan one is the best that I got right now. He costs 1,300. When you level up your cats to level 10, they change. Like this first cat went from the original like kitty cat to macho cat. He's got muscles. And then like the gross cat, which used to have like big long legs, is now sexy legs cat. So as you hit level 10, they change. And I've never seen this emu looking cat before. I forget what he was. Oh, it must have been the cow. That was the cow, which I really liked. And now he's like some giant emu. So that's what's going on with that. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to beat the moon level, which really is a lot of gorillas, the Jackie Pang penguin, the giant head, and 2 hippos right now, or rhinos, whatever they are. Oh, the worst part, the kangaroo. That kangaroo, I don't know who gives a kangaroo boxing gloves, because usually they just kick, but it is the hardest thing because it just doesn't back down. It never dies. So I find that kangaroo to be like the hardest and most challenging. So you just gotta come up with like good combinations, kind of like when you play like Clash Royale, or you gotta figure out like who works well together. This little guy that just came out with the black hat on, the thimble looking black hat, he's like a Manjoji cat or something. He's like supposedly puts like a spell on them that makes them not deal so much damage. All right, here we go. Another little trick if you're a noob, if you're new to the game, it's good to know, it's good to know that you can use 2 fingers to zoom in and zoom out, because I didn't know that, and it took me a while. I was like going left to right across the board, not realizing that you can just zoom in and zoom out. So that's a good little tutorial. So I am re-recording. Here's Cameron, my son. I'm re-recording this level because when I recorded it the first time, when I played the moon level for the first time and beat it, I recorded it. It was a great video, but the music was overpowering the microphone. So I couldn't really fix it. So I'm just going to do it again, show you without music and just with the microphone what it looks like, so that when you're playing it, you know what you're going up against. Alright, I got Gory Gorilla. As you kill off some of these major enemies, you get like a big boost of money. So if all of a sudden you have like 500 cents and then all of a sudden you have like 1,300 cents, it's usually because you killed off a big gorilla or a big whatever enemy. Cameron is the one who got me started on this game. He was playing it non-stop.
Yeah, I was like in Europe when I started playing the game, and right now I'm like near the I'm in
Yeah.
south of I'm in NASA stage 2.
He's in NASA stage 2, yeah.
So I'm way ahead of you.
He is way ahead of me. He's like a whole stage ahead of me, which is like 50 levels beat ahead of me.
No, I'm like 30 because I haven't beaten my stage yet. I'm like 5 away from beating my stage.
There are these like little like stick figures that come out if you're new to the game, and they're called Those Guys. And the first time they came out on me, I was like, what? Who are those guys? And Cameron was like, those guys. And I was like, yeah, who are those guys? And he's like, those guys. I was like, yeah, who are those guys? He was like, their name is Those Guys. I was like, it's a great name. That's what I love about this game. Like, whoever made this game is just hilarious. Like, there's definitely a little bit to be lost in the translation from Japanese to English, but for the most part, it's just, it doesn't take itself too seriously, and hence everything is in black and white with a tiny touch of color. I love it. Also, I like the sign on the moon that says "Embrace the Wilderness," which pretty much also just doesn't make sense, and again, doesn't take itself too seriously. So that's what's really funny about this game. Alright, it looks like we're taking him down. We're gonna beat the moon. Every time you like repeat a level, you don't get as much XP as the previous time, but all that XP is used to level up your cats. And then the other thing is, also you can get these little treasures that you keep, and if you collect certain like treasures in your treasure book, you get different prizes too. Alright, so we did it, and thanks for watching, and I'll put some more after this.